Yeah, but I need to give you a campaign update. And here's what I want to say to you. This has been a good week for the Golden campaign, okay? We got to go see somebody that I think a great deal of, and that's Dr. Ron Paul. We got to meet with him personally as Chief of Staff up there. I am looking for an endorsement from Dr. Paul. He and I do not agree on a lot of things. We particularly don't agree on national security. We do agree that when you go to war, you declare a war, and I've always felt that we should do that, okay? The Gulf of Tonkin resolution was the worst thing we possibly could have done, and I'm not sure that we shouldn't repeal the War Powers Act. I need to think about that some more, but you know, I think that's an important idea, and talking to him was a great opportunity for me, and it's just personally it was a great thing to do. He had a lot of good questions about the campaign and where we were going. He was particularly intrigued at how you could be the Republican chairman and then switch over to be an independent. And I can tell you that has been the nicest thing I've done, because I don't have to worry about the red lens of the Republican Party. I don't have to worry about the blue lens of the Democratic Party like Lynn does. All I need to do is look at an issue and see how it affects the people of the 2nd District, the people of the state of Virginia, and the people of this country. That's all I need to do. I was on Tony McCreany's show, and what happened was, simultaneously with being on his show, that morning, and how many of you saw the article in the paper about the debates? How many of you have seen that issue? You've got it on your chairs here. The other campaign, the Republican campaign, is trying to limit the debates. Okay, if you don't have it, you look it up. What he's done is he's saying, if you don't have 15% in 3 polls,
5 now.
5 now, I'm not going to debate Kenny Golden. Let me tell you the truth. The reason he doesn't want to debate me is because he did once, and he was crushed. Okay? Who was, anybody there? Who were there? He was a dead man, wasn't he, when he walked out of that room? I mean, that's why he doesn't want to come to the debate, and that's fine. You know, I am looking forward to debating my friend Glenn Nye. Absolutely. We will go at it with each other, okay, on a lot of issues, because we are diametrically opposed on some we are not, okay? And that's the beauty of being an independent. But simultaneously with that issue coming out, it came out in the Virginia Pilot. Bill Bartell called me right after I walked out of Dr. Paul's office, and he said, hey, what do you think? And I told him, you know, how can somebody who got 39%, only 39% of the Republican vote dictate what should happen in the general election and say, well, we're taking presidential rules? I said, baby, we ain't running for president. We're running for Congress in the 2nd District, period. So, the next morning, Tony's got the paper, and I'm in there from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock with Tony McCreany, and he just eats him up on that. So that was a beautiful thing. I can tell you, it was a good week for me, a good week for our campaign. So, here's what I will tell you about the campaign. You hear a lot of talk about splitting the vote. Yes, we are going to split the Republican vote. No doubt about it. We are going to get some Democrats to vote for us. But, oh, by the way, 42% of you in this country, and probably more in Virginia Beach, are independents, or you're independent thinking, or you vote independently. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm going to get some of Glenn's folks, I'm going to get a lot of Scott's folks, and I'm going to get that big amorphous mass in the middle that want to vote for somebody that's not a couple-year diplomat and 2 years of on-the-job training, not a car dealer who wouldn't know how to get to Washington, D.C. if he didn't have a GPS, but a guy that spent 31 years serving his country, between my daughter, my wife, and myself, 67 years of service. And, thank you. And have that kind of experience, 4 years in legislative affairs, 5 years up in Washington, 6 years up in Washington, D.C., have all that experience. Look at those three characters and tell me which one you want to vote for. But here's the final thing. I'm asking you to give me one of the most precious things you have. Something that we in the service have all worked for, all the police officers that are in this room, and there's a couple of them, one sitting right here, have worked for, and that is your vote. It is the most precious thing, other than your life or your children, that you have. And I am asking for that. And I know how precious it is, and I know you don't want to throw it away. And you won't be. So on November the 2nd, you will see 3 names, because that's just the way the state law is. Scott Ridgel will be first, because they pulled his name out of the hat first. Glenn Nye will be second, and because I'm an independent, I will be third. That third button is not just the Kenny Golden button. That third button is the I believe button. I want you to push the I believe button and help me bring this country back to where it ought to be. Thank you very much for